So, SpellBreak, the upcoming game everyone's excited about. Or at least a rather large number of people. Let's not go overboard here. I mean, it's got beautiful cel-shaded graphics with anime-esque character models, or maybe like Disney character models. Either way, it's something similar to Kurtzspell's graphics, as both Kurtzspell and SpellBreak use cel-shaded graphics. I guess it's a trend going on. Not that I'm against it. Cel-shaded graphics looks amazing. However, whilst Kurtzspell is an action brawler MMO, SpellBreak is taking a different route. So how does this game work? Great question, random person. SpellBreak is still an action-based title, however, instead of using guns or swords like you would be used to in a lot of other games, you're primarily using magic. This magic, of course, comes from your gauntlets that are randomly scattered around the map, be it in castles, or chests in those said castles, or on the ground in some forest, you know, wherever you might be. Each gauntlet has its own rarity, making it better, of course, because, you know, rarer weapons mean better stats. They're also color-coded, so it's easy for you to tell the rarity of the equipment without you having to constantly investigate it further. Now, if you haven't guessed by now from the layout and the encroaching magical field that is closing in on the map, yes, SpellBreak is in essence another variation of the Battle Royale genre. Shocker that there's another one. However, this one has got its own twist. A magical twist, as your mages, or maguses, or, you know, you use magic. And there's a lot of jumping to go around in this game. Like, a lot of jumping. It's a jumping fest. You pew your skills across and jump. That's what you do. Anyway, to talk in a little bit more detail as to what you can expect in SpellBreak, even though it's not complete in any sense of the word, and some of these things that I will mention are probably subject to change in the future, but either way, let's get through it. So to start off, as I mentioned, you do have different elemental gloves, like what Roy Mustang uses in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Of course, you can equip 2 gloves at once, so you can choose between 2 different elements, which is great. But that's not it. You can also choose between 2 different elemental skill trees that you wish to level up during playing. Each one has different skills that you gain and or passives. These skills can work together in tandem in very interesting ways as well. For instance, while using the electricity gauntlet on water, electrifies it, or by using fire on a tornado, or using fire to melt the ice. Some of the elements complement each other more than others, so it's definitely something that you will have to take into consideration when deciding what kind of elements you would like to use in this game. Also taking into consideration what is significantly considered better than the other elements. From what I could see, electricity seems to be somewhat overpowered. Something else to take into consideration whilst playing this game is what runes you can get, as when you attach them, they also give you new skills that you need to pay attention to, like the ability to teleport, which was pretty awesome, or fling yourself up into the air so you can reach higher points, or just dodge what people are trying to hit you with. So yeah, it's definitely important to take into consideration what you're equipping on yourself. To succeed in such a harsh place, one must be like a hopping magical bunny. No chicken dinners are given freely. Anyway, besides all of the equipment that you can get for your character in SpellBreak, the combat within this game is actually quite fast-paced, even for a normal, standard Battle Royale game. But in my experience, it's hard to just be randomly one-shotted, so that was definitely a nice change of pace. Now, before I go any further, I would also like to point out that you can party up with other people in this game, like any other Battle Royale game. There seems to be a single, a duo, and a party matching system. The duo doesn't seem to be available right now, and looking from the news, it seems like it will be added later with another update. Or rather, it was taken out so that they could apply this next update. I managed to get into some group battles with Eve and some randoms, and it turned out pretty well. We never won, but it was a lot of fun. So I am happy to see that there are multiple options when deciding how you would like to play SpellBreak. But anyway, back to the magic. As this is one of the major features within the game, it deserves a lot of time, effort, love, and attention. Now, whilst fighting and using your magic, you'll notice that your mana goes down, and when it goes down, you kind of have to recharge it. This is an important thing because you don't want to be recharging it when you're in the middle of a fight. And that leads me to my next point. Each element has their own special or ultimate ability attached to it that is independent from the skills that you learn from your skill tree or any equipment that you equip. And this skill is unique to that specific element that you're using, and they're all very useful in their own way. For instance, if you're using the Wind Gauntlet, you can have a giant tornado. If you're using the Fire Gauntlet, you can have a flamey wall. If you've got the Ice Gauntlet, you can freeze people in place if you're next to them, and you know, the list just keeps continuing. And if you're ever unsure on which element you should be using, or you just want to test out the other ones but don't want to do it in a proper fight, before entering the game, you can enter a test match where it'll give you access to all of the epic gauntlets for you to test it out like crazy and see what you like. Which is exactly what even I decided to do, because I mean, one must practice to be able to get good at a Battle Royale game. But I mean, if you ever wanted to try out these gauntlets but didn't want to just go to a practice round, before every single match, you can roam around and pick up some epic gauntlets and try it out. Of course, you don't have a whole lot of time, but I mean, that's something that you could do. Plus, I mean, guys, it's awesome to see everyone just spamming their abilities over and over again, merging them together, having flamey tornadoes. It was amazing. So guys, in general, everything within SpellBreak was done rather nicely, even for someone who doesn't personally enjoy much of the Battle Royale genre, despite the fact that I play a little bit of Apex Legends off and on. So if you're into the Battle Royale scene, this might be a nice change of pace, considering it's all about magic. It's a very different take on the Battle Royale genre. I mean, you might even like this game if you don't like Battle Royales. The only thing I could possibly say that I would like to see improved is if maybe they could add a few new elements. Oh, and also add more skins. It's jarring to see so many people jump around and look like yourself. I mean, you've got a bunch of beautiful cel-shaded avatars to ogle at, but I mean, there's no such thing as too many beautiful avatars. You know what I'm saying? All in all, guys, SpellBreak seems like a pretty solid title, but I mean, this market is already oversaturated with enough Battle Royale titles. I feel like at this point the trend is dying out. But, you know, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think on SpellBreak? Either way, good day, night, or afternoon, wherever it is where you are, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.